Chris Sykes with Dennis Kutrieb for BBC Radio Kent. Dennis, I mean, what to say about that game? It looked for all the worlds you're going to be heading back down to Kent empty-handed, and then up pops Mark Wright at the end to get an equaliser. What are your feelings after that match?
Yeah, before the game I would say I'm not happy with a point. After the game, obviously if you score in the 95th minute you have to be happy with a point. We take the point now, go home with a point. We'll see that we can build on that again, like we already said last week. So you always can find something positive and say okay, was the second game undefeated now. We came back very, very late in the game. Obviously we wanted to score earlier, then we would have a good chance maybe to win this game. I think we had more chances than them, especially first half. They had the one chance and they scored. We had two big chances with Don Polion, one, and Toby Etzer after the cutback, where we should have scored 2 goals in the first half. So if you come in with 1-1 half time, or maybe with a 2-1 lead, would be a different game. But so you needed to see. We needed to chase the game every single minute. It's difficult because they could be focused on defending and some counter attacks. But I think we defended very well as a team, apart from the one situation. Honestly, I thought it was a foul in the build-up. Should have been given a free kick for us, but it is what it is. So I'm delighted for the boys and delighted for the fans that we don't need to go home with empty hands.
Would it have been, in your view, almost undeserved had you gone home empty-handed?
Yeah, 100%, because I think we played most of the game, and I don't know the stats. We will see the stats: how many shots, how many box entries, how many possession. I think we dominated the game, but it's not a big problem that they let us have the ball if they 1 goal up, because that's just how it is in football. Sometimes, if you have the 1 goal lead, you don't need to be so active. You don't need to have the ball all the time. So maybe it was a game plan to just give us the ball, and but at the end of the day, my feeling was that we dominated the game in big parts, and if we take our chances, in the second half a glorious chance was Greg Kundle when he went a little bit on the back post. If he gets this on target, it's a goal through the legs. But at the end of the day, as I said, when you score so late in the game, you have to be happy, and I think the fans go home happy, well deserved. Great support again on the road, and now we have just 3 days, and then we have a big game against Bromley, which are second in the table, so will be a tough challenge at home.
You mentioned about the chances that you should have taken. I remember speaking to you after the Hartlepool game, which was another one where you think, how have you not scored so many goals? But is there almost a little bit of an element of concern that you're not converting some of these chances?
It's not a concern, but it's normal where you are in the table at the moment, and everyone has an extra thought, I have to score this one, not free-flowing and say, give me the ball, I put it in the back of a net. That's just part of the process, and we have to be very patient with the boys. Obviously, it's always an element of how patient can you be as a manager, how patient can you be as a club. But I trust the boys. I still trust the boys, because you could see they never stopped running, they never stopped fighting. I don't know, I subbed Chapman off after 80 minutes or whatever it was, and I know 2 minutes earlier he made an amazing tackle on the left side, stopped the counter there, and got forward again. So such a great work rate, and that's just one example of, I would say, most of our players, and the work rate was outstanding today. So I can't blame the boys for putting the right efforts in. At the end of the day, if we can add this now with a little bit more quality and say okay, in the decisive moments, make a good decision, the right decision, we have a good chance to get more points on the board. But as I said, we take the 1 point, especially when you come back such late in the game, then you have to take the point. And then we will see how we prepare Bromley now, because we play them twice. But that's the aim, obviously.
Mark Cousins getting that goal at the end. Have you ever known a goalkeeper score for one of your teams in your career?
I'm not too sure. I would say yes, I had it, because he scored a penalty, but before I haven't had it. But again, he worked so hard, relentlessly, he had not much to do as a goalkeeper today. And then when you see okay, it's just 1.5 minutes to go, it's not going your way, nothing is really coming and falling for you, you're a bit unlucky. Sometimes you need that, and hopefully the boys can take all the enjoyment. Can I say enjoyment? Can take all the enthusiasm and the positivity when we scored, how we celebrated that Kazu could score the goal. That's how football sometimes is, so funny. and I hope that everyone can take the positives out of it. And enjoy Christmas now to all our fans, to everyone who supports us, to our players' families, to the staff, to everyone. Happy Christmas. Enjoy the couple days now with the families, and then we see you all on Boxing Day back here, or not here, but back at home at our stadium, and we will put another shift and another great effort in and try to get 3 points at home.
Just to go back to Mark Cousins, and when you saw him wheeling away, celebrating, scoring the goal, what was going through your mind there? Were you surprised to see him in that position at all?
No, my first thought was how funny a celebration was, and my second thought was like how funny football can be sometimes, and how it plays out, and you put so much effort in, and how strikers can score goals, and all the things are not working out, and then the goalkeeper comes and makes it look very, very easy. So you can see it positive, you can see it negative, like no one else is able to score a goal, but I see it always positive, because it's a great way to come back in a game where he was nearly dead. So that's the positive which we take, and we want to build on, and we want to build on that, and make sure that we can back it up now with a great home performance.
Final couple from me, and you've mentioned a couple of times about Bromley coming up. I mean, it's a tough test, isn't it? They're right up competing towards the top end of the table. Double header, 2 games against them in the space of 4 days. I mean, but getting this draw, getting this result, and the manner of this result must set you up quite well for it.
Yeah, so the confidence should be high, and the excitement to play Boxing Day at home against the second in the league should be very, very high. We need to be very organized. We need to have very, very good and high communication. We know the strengths, we know the weaknesses. They struggled very, very much in the beginning of the season, for example, where we were winning many games, and they were struggling big time. And since then, I don't know how many games they won, but I would say nearly every single game. So it will be a tough challenge for us. But I'm up for it. Let's go. We can play straight away, because I'm really looking forward to this game and to both games, because how can it be better? You're struggling and you try to get results, and the second in the table comes, and they have to win this game, that's for sure, because they want to get promoted. And I'm just looking forward to it, because I know we can be good on a day. We can beat every single team in this league. And I will make sure that the boys will be ready, and they will have the same fire like I have, and then we have a good chance to get a home win finally for our fans on Boxing Day. Would be amazing. So are buzzing for that, and we make sure that the players are ready for that, and deliver a great fight.
Do you find it in some ways easier to play sides who are pushing for promotion, in the sense that you are the underdog? In the same way, like Barnet last week, you were able to put in that good performance, get a good result. Do you find it a little bit easier, or at the very least different, playing a side who are pushing for promotion?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Every game is a little bit different, like you could see today. We had most of the time the ball. We needed to do something. We needed to chase the game, so no one is really expecting us to be the desperate team on Boxing Day. But we had it the other way around. When we were desperate last season against Dartford, couldn't get a win, and we were like top of the table and the favourites and all, and sometimes it puts pressure on you. I rather have the pressure because I'm up in the table, then you need to fight for every single point, if I'm honest. But it's a different game, obviously, yeah, because no one expects a win, no one expects anything, but we want to make sure that we put a great shift in. And as I said before, I'm sure I know my boys, and I'm so positive about them, because I know when they have a good day and when they turn up, and they will turn up Boxing Day, we have a good chance for a good result. And as I said, we don't have to chase this game, but we need to make sure that we're ready and that we are more ruthless than the last 2 games. Because I think if we are ruthless today, if we are ruthless against Barnet, we could have had 4 more points on the board. But yeah, I don't want to be greedy. I'm humble enough to say, like, we take the 2 points, and we just want to make sure that we get the right performance in against Bromley, and then we will see where we are Boxing Day at, I don't know, 5:15, 5:30, whatever it will be.
And just finally, this is the final game before Christmas. What will the Christmas look like in the Kutrieb household?
Yeah, for me it's different because it's Christmas Eve, so it will be already tomorrow evening. So that's a bit different. So I can celebrate 2 times, obviously, because I can celebrate the German way on the 24th in the evening with my family, and can celebrate on the 25th the English way with friends. So yeah, looking forward to the 2 days. And I'm looking even more than forward to Boxing Day and to have another game of football, because we don't have it in Germany, and I'm still excited to be hear all the Christmas songs when you have to play football, and everyone can go out on Boxing Day, can watch football. So I love it, and I'm looking forward to that.
Perfect, Dennis. Thank you very much.
Thank you.